Chazak Ubo. Bezat Hashem, Mincha is going to be 7:55. Please be on time. Maran in the Shulchan Aruch writes that if a person is in the middle of his meal, which he's having, let's say for example, in his house, and he sit down and he's set in his meal and he leaves the house, he leaves to go outside. Maybe he needs to go to the post office, or he needs to go to the library, or whatever else he needs to do. He went outside in the middle of the meal and he came back. Maran writes that he requires two things. Before he leaves, he's required to say Birkat HaMazon. He's not allowed to leave before he says Birkat HaMazon. And then when he comes back, he has to say Bracha Rishona. He's not allowed to leave without the Birkat HaMazon. And if he left, let's say he left, and he came back, he's not allowed to continue in his meal without first saying Birkat HaMazon, and then doing again Netilat Yadayim, saying Hamotzi Lechem Min Haaretz, and then going ahead and continuing in his meal. But without that, according to the Maran in the Shulchan Aruch, he's not allowed to continue his meal. And this is what is called in Halacha Shinui Makom, which means a person who changed his location, even if he's planning on coming back, according to the opinion of the Shulchan Aruch, before he continues, he requires a bracha achrona, lemafreya, and a bracha rishona on what he's about to do. The Rama, interestingly, disagrees. The Rama says, look, maybe he wasn't supposed to leave without saying Birkat HaMazon, but if he did walk out of the house and came back, he doesn't have to say a new bracha, he doesn't have to say Birkat HaMazon again, he doesn't have to say Hamotzi again, he could just continue. He's in the meal, he had bread, he did netira, he's in the middle of the meal, he could just continue. No brachot necessary. What's the halacha? Usually Sfaradim, we follow Shulchan Aruch. Rule is we usually follow Shulchan Aruch. In this case, we follow the Rama. We say, look, whether you should have left or not, we discussed yesterday. But at the end of the day, you came back now, you don't make more brachot. Continue eating your meal without another bracha. Now it's a chidush, because why don't we follow the Shulchan Aruch? Shouldn't we follow the Shulchan Aruch? That's usually who we follow. So there's a rule. The rule is, b'makom safek barachot, in a place where there's a question of a baracha, we say safek barachot le'akel, that you are lenient to brachot, you don't say the bracha, afiru neged maran Shulchan Aruch, even against the Shulchan Aruch. If the Shulchan Aruch says to say a bracha, and other authorities say not to say the bracha, the rule is we say Safek Brachot Le'aked. So therefore, since the Rama's position is a position that says less brachot, he says don't say the Birkat HaMazon, don't say Hamotzi Lechem Min Haaretz. And the Shulchan Aruch's position, Maran's position, is to say more brachot. We say Safek Brachot Le'aked, Afilu Neged Maran Shulchan Aruch, and we say continue the meal without saying additional brachot. Baruch Adonai.